Chris Jenkins with Charlotte Vibe for my day after thoughts on the Carolina Panthers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Had to be 2 days after because I traveled up to Philly. Let me tell you guys, I was burning the candle at both ends, and I just didn't have it in me to do this yesterday, but better late than never. And today I'm gonna actually focus on a response in one of my YouTube comments from, looks like Xavier Smith. You know, I always say I work for you guys, I want more engagement, I want more feedback, so I'm gonna do this recap based solely on Xavier Smith's comments, and hopefully this will encourage you guys to continue to interact with me and have some fun. And also, before I get into this, if you're watching this and you're a subscriber, please hit the notification button, because that way you will know about the videos when they go up. YouTube changed stuff where you don't get notifications really unless you hit subscribe and notifications, so do that right now. All right, good. So let's go into it. Xavier had a lot to say on the video that I put up with the post-game interviews, and I'm just gonna I picked 4 points from that I'm gonna talk about today. And in no particular order, Norv Turner. Xavier did not like what Norv is doing, felt like Rivera just picked one of his buddies, and that Turner has been a washed up offensive coordinator that we just grabbed because he was available and Rivera had a relationship with him. So in response to that, I want to say that in my opinion, I feel like Norv Turner is doing a good job. He's not doing a perfect job. You can't expect the guy 6 games into a season to be doing a perfect job. That would be nice, but I don't think it's a reality that you should expect that as the norm. And the biggest thing that I like about Norv, and I do have some things that I'm not liking and getting adjusted to, as maybe you guys are too, is that he's given us a chance to win games that we wouldn't have had chances to win before. My biggest knock on the previous coordinator, I'm not even gonna say his name no more, is that he couldn't make adjustments in the game. Could not make adjustments. If his plan was X, Y, Z, he can make like little bit adjustments, which really wouldn't give us a chance to win games in which the other team went in the halftime and got our number and would come out and put it on us. So, but if you look at these last 2 games against Washington, and especially against Philadelphia, you cannot tell me that you would ever imagine our previous coordinator being in a position to bring us back from 17 points down and scoring 21 to win a game in the 4th quarter. So I feel like right now he's still learning his personnel, learning how to maximize it, which I'm gonna touch on that about C.J. Anderson in a moment. But I feel like right now his game plans aren't as good as the previous coordinators either. And that's why we're coming out slow, but he's able to talk to guys and think through things and pull the right tool to make us have a pretty good chance of winning. And right now we're 4-2, which is pretty darn good. Now let's go ahead and talk about C.J. Anderson, because he's not getting many snaps at all. Not at all. So C.J. Anderson only had 3 snaps last week, which was an improvement over the 1 snap the previous week. But I don't get this, and I'm going to ask for you all's help in trying to figure this out. Trying to quickly see if I can go to this stat that I had on CJ. But all right, yeah, C.J. Anderson, year to date, 16 carries. It's pretty much 4 carries per game. Has a better average than McCaffrey at 5.25 yards per carry. I don't know why he's not getting the ball more. I really, you know, at one point I thought, well, maybe we got C.J. Anderson before Norv Turner bought into the plan, but that's not true. Turner was here before we got C.J. Anderson. He's been effective when he gets the ball. He's a good down here rusher. I don't get it. And this is where I'm gonna ask for your help. So I plan on, once again, trying to talk to C.J. and also Rivera and Turner, if possible, about why this guy isn't getting snaps. I got a feeling that CJ is really going to say that he is just going to contribute where he can, but I want to get some better questions to really make him have to answer. Like, are you getting what you expected to get? Or asking Rivera, is CJ Anderson doing what you expected him to do by getting these few snaps? And see if we can't start to paint our own picture about why CJ Anderson's not getting more snaps, because Rivera's not just going to say he's not getting more snaps because X, Y, Z. It has to be something that's a lot of layers to this for C.J. Anderson, because to me, the guy has the ability to be a productive running back. So help me out there, and we will together find out the answer to that. Now, the other one that my man Xavier talked about was Torrey Smith relinquishing some playing time to Curtis Samuels. And Xavier, I don't know if he was just still mad about how the game unfolded, but that's actually happening because Torrey Smith got the fewest snaps this week that he got all season, having only 30 snaps. And Curtis Samuels went up from having 3 snaps last week to 19 snaps this week. Now, do you want to see more targets? Okay, that's still something I feel like Turner's still trying to figure out how to balance all of his weapons. And I think some of that balance is starting to take place more with all the players that we have. But Torrey Smith is getting fewer carries. Fewer snaps. I don't know if the game and his impact from Sunday is going to yield that to go back up for Torrey, because he actually had a good amount of catches and a good amount of yards Sunday with fewer snaps. I don't know, maybe you could look at that as a way that you'll just keep him where he is, but to be determined. Torrey Smith is getting fewer snaps. Curtis Samuel is getting more. Lastly, Cam Newton running the ball more. So Cam is pretty much doing the exact same thing that he was doing in 2017. Perhaps it looks different because he's not doing the read option as much as previous, so you're thinking that he's not running near as much, and you wish Turner would let him run more so the defenses could be back on their toes. But it's less, but it's like 1 yard per rush less, and his carries right now, he's 47 for the season. He's just getting 1 less rush than he was last season. So, and even this week, against Philly, he had 7 carries, the same amount of carries that Christian McCaffrey had. So he led the team being tied with 7 carries. And considering that was a game that we were behind much of the, until the last seconds, we were behind in that game, and we threw the ball, I believe, 39, 40 times. So Cam is still getting to run the ball a lot. I think it's just being presented to us differently, that it's not so much read option that we're seeing Cam, that it may appear that he's not rushing as much as he used to. Cam's being more accurate, even though I feel like that's a little bit of a cheat, and because he was doing short passes. But Cam's fourth quarter performance against Philadelphia was pretty darn exceptional. So this team just needs to get off to some faster starts, and I think we'll be in for a very, very good season. So that concludes my day after thoughts. I hope my boy Xavier appreciated my video being dedicated to him specifically. Please ask for your comments, so leave them below. Give me some specific questions that you guys would like to see CJ Anderson or Ron Rivera ask to really help shed some light on why he's not getting the carries. Again, saying why is he not getting carries, it's not good enough. You gotta find the right question to really get some good information from those guys. And if you haven't done so, hit the notification button. I appreciate you as always for watching. The GoFundMe is up, so also consider, with your like, maybe contribute $1. If you guys contribute $1, that still helps out. Whatever you can do helps. Again, thanks so much for watching.